Yes, we would stand mute and we would waive any formal reading of the charges as I was able to review the complaint with him.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. McGee, the court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. You have the following basic rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that last part doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. Do you have any questions about your rights?
No.
Okay, thank you. So, because one of the charges against you is considered a felony, you have the right in this case to a preliminary examination that must be scheduled within the next 21 days. A preliminary examination is a hearing held before a judge where the prosecution must present sufficient testimony and evidence to establish that probable cause exists to believe that a crime has been committed, and that probable cause exists to believe that you committed the crime. So it's a hearing to determine whether or not the case is strong enough to go to trial. If the court determines that it is strong enough, then the case will be bound over, that is transferred to the circuit court, which is where your actual trial will take place. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to the preliminary examination, the court will schedule a probable cause conference. That is a hearing and an opportunity for your attorney to meet with the prosecution to discuss your case for any potential issues or resolutions. Your probable cause conference will be August 7th, 2025. That will be at 9 in the morning in person at the 14A1 District Court in courtroom C. So you'll be seeing Judge Simpson. That's the courthouse that's located basically above where you are right now at the jail.
Okay.
Lastly, the court will set bond. Bond is set in all cases, and the purpose is two things. One is to ensure your appearance at future court dates, and the other is for the protection of the public. So, do the attorneys want to address bond, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. We are asking for a $15,000 cash surety, GPS tether to the victim's home, no contact with the victim due to the nature of the allegation where strangulation is alleged where the victim lost consciousness. She believes she's lost consciousness. He does have a criminal history. Back in 2006, he pled guilty to a CC second of a person under 13. And in 2019, he pled guilty to malicious use of telecommunication. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Quick question about the 2019 malicious use. Do we know if that was the same alleged victim?
Let's see if I can. I'll have to look that up. So,
Thank you, Attorney Dawood. Attorney Reed, did you want to get started?
Yes, thank you. I did have a chance to discuss this with Mr. McGee. He shares that this individual does not live with him. He does not currently have any open cases. He's not on probation or parole. So we are asking for a PR bond so that he can be released from custody. He understands and is willing to agree to abide by any of the conditions that the court would ask. And specifically, we discussed the no contact order. He is employed, and he believes he will still be. I believe he's been in custody for 2 days now, so he's not certain the status of his employment. Additionally, as he stated, he does have some health concerns that he thinks he would be better served by being able to be out of custody and following up with his regular meds and treatment providers. Again, we're asking for a personal bond so that he can address these matters out of custody. And again, he is willing to entertain any conditions that the court would be asking to have in place in order to feel comfortable releasing him from custody today.
Thank you.
it's not the same victim.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
The court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, other dangerous weapons, or the means to create them. Any weapons that you do possess are to be surrendered. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to have contact with Ebony Pasco. When the court says no contact, what the court means is no in-person contact, no contact through the mail, no contact over the phone via phone calls, text messages, emails, social media, the internet in any way, shape, or form, or through third parties. At this time, the address that I have for both you and for Ebony Pasco is the same. So, the court's order at this point is you are not to go to that 217 North Summit Street address. Now,
May I interject? for a
just
minute?
not yet, no. Let me
Right.
finish. So, when the court says do not go, the court does not care. If you own a place, rent a place, or are personally invited to go to a place, do not go. If you have things that you need to collect from there, you may do that on a civil standby. If the court and the attorneys receive confirmation through the prosecuting attorney's office that the alleged victim in this matter does not reside at that address, then the court's fine with you going back to the address.
Right.
But until we have confirmation, you are not to go to the address.
Okay.
Okay. You are not to engage in any sort of assaultive, threatening, harassing, terrorizing, molesting, or stalking behaviors towards Ebony Pasco or anyone else. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court, the next one in this matter being August 7th at 9 in the morning,
Okay.
as I stated previously. Due to the fact that you have already been in jail for 2 days and the fact that you are you've got medical concerns, what I am going to do is order that by close of business on Monday, so that's going to be July 28th, that you report to Community Corrections. That's located at basically up the hill from where you are right now. The building's labeled Reentry Center. While you're there, you're to test for drugs and alcohol 1 time, and you're to pick up a GPS tether with a hot zone of the alleged victim's address. So at this point, it's that Summit Street address. If we get another address, then it can be altered.
All right, that's why I wanted to talk to you real quick, if I may.
Mr. McGee, unfortunately, as she stated, until they receive further information, you are not going to be able to reside at that address.
I talked to you off camera then. Like, I understood that.
I know. I understand what you shared with me earlier, but unfortunately, the court is making an order that
Okay.
until they have that information,
Okay.
we can't get that changed.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. So, do you understand the bond conditions?
Yes.
Okay. And to the attorneys, do you have any questions or need any clarification on any of the conditions?
No, you're.
Not at this time.
Okay. So, and then, Attorney Dawood, if someone from your office confirms that, Attorney Reed, I'm not saying that you have to come back to court to get that altered. All right. So long as there's confirmation through the prosecutor's office, then it can just be altered with Community Corrections. Okay.
Well, Your Honor, I can tell you right now, the police report does not have it at 217 Summit. It has it. Her address is in Detroit. I just realized that. So,
Sorry, because when I did the
yeah,
swear to-
no, they
Okay.
put it in wrong. I can give you the correct address, her correct address.
Okay. Well then
For the
that
police report.
okay. Then let me just, yeah, okay, because yes, thank you, and I'm glad that you looked into that because everything that I have has the Summit Street in Ypsilanti address. So if you already have another address for her, you don't need to, you said it's in Detroit?
Yeah, it's Clark Street in Detroit, so have not go to Clark Street in Detroit.
Okay,
Thank you very much for looking into that.
yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
something it didn't click into me while we're discussing that. So
I pay right there.
Okay.
That's why.
So, okay, thank you.
And I'm
And,
sorry.
Mr. McGee,
Yeah.
unfortunately, given the situation, the court cannot take your word for it at this point. That's why I needed something from the prosecuting attorney's office. So,
Right.
since he has provided that, then what I am going to do is strike this part.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Like I said, my mental health is.
Okay, so then you're not to go to Clark Street in Detroit. You are still to pick up the GPS tether by close of business Monday. That will have the hot zone of the Clark Street address in Detroit. But at this time, given this information, you can return to that Summit Street address, all right? Okay. Okay. So, at this time, well, first, let me say too, these conditions are going to be entered into the Law Enforcement Information Network. They will be readily accessible to any police officers that you may come into contact with. And if they have probable cause to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, they can arrest you on the spot and you'll be held for a bond violation hearing in front of a judge who may revoke your bond and set a new, more restrictive one.
Okay.
Now, do you have any questions or do you need any clarification on the bond conditions?
Just you said the GPS needs picked up by the end of business day Monday.
Correct. So
So
they take people until 4 p.m. Okay. So at this time, the court is going to set a $15,000 personal recognizance bond. So what that means is you're not paying anything to get out, and I'm not going to hold you to be fitted with the tether prior to release. I'm going to have you pick it up. Okay? That's largely because of the health concerns at this point. All right?
all right.
So, you're promising to appear for your next court date,
Yes.
promising to abide by all of the bond conditions, one of which is go to community corrections on Monday, test, and pick up the tether.
Yes.
Okay. If you fail to appear for your next court date or violate any bond conditions, a bench warrant could issue for your arrest. Your bond could be revoked entirely, but it would at a minimum start at $15,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So just one clarification I need. So the doctor and outside of this place has me taking Adderall for my ADHD. Is that as long as I have a script for it, I'm good?
You should be, yes. Talk to your public defender. I would suggest any sort of medication that you have prescriptions for, take documentation to community corrections.
Okay.
Okay. Any
Thank-
other questions?
No.
Okay. Anything from the attorneys? You need clarification on anything, or are we good?
oh, we're good.
Nothing
Okay.
further. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Then, Mr. McGee, you are free to go to the door and tell the jail that you're finished, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more crazy court hearings like this one.